I talked with a lot of you about the difference between being what I, in my mind, of being arrogant Americans and then, you know, humble, hardworking Canadians. I don't want that to come as a slight or an insult, because the last thing I want us to lose is our Canadianness, right? Our connectedness in this room, the pride you guys have for playing for the country, the love you guys have of playing with each other, right? This has to be at all levels what we are about.
The June FIFA window has arrived. It is a month that will test the Canadian team at levels they have rarely faced in modern times. 2 European friendlies against the Netherlands and France, followed by a debut entry into Copa America, where the team will open the tournament against Argentina, the world champions. At the helm for Canada's summer adventure is Jesse Marsch, stepping into his role for the very first time.
I went through a lot of discussions and interviews over the last year, and you know, I never, quite honestly, never felt fully inspired. And as much as this is a job and it's about work, I felt like I was at a point in my life where I just wanted to find something where I was going to be valued and appreciated, and where the things that I thought were aligned with the things that the people within the organization thought. And so I felt that right away with Kevin Blue, and I continued to feel that way. And then, look, I've watched the Canadian national team for the last 4 years from afar and seen the success that they've had, and seen the potential of what the team is, and also what they've achieved, right? It's been a great run for this team.
With everything that I'm doing here is I'm trying to take a lot of the successes that have been already established here and created, and then blend in a new way of doing things and finding a way to push us forward in a way that we can be ready for 2026 to achieve even bigger goals, right? That's obviously what we all have in mind here. So that's my overall strategy and philosophy of how I'm trying to build this.
As good as the team has been, I still think there's a lot of room for growth. You know, and one of the things that I evaluated is that there was a team that was committed a lot to possession football, and I want to try to take it to be a team that's a little bit more dynamic, that's better in transition, that uses a lot of the weapons that we have and team speed that we have to really push the way that we can play the game at the highest level and against the best opponents. And so here we are. Right? We're one day before we play the Dutch, and we know it's an amazing challenge, but one that I'm really excited for.
If we can create one kind of identity, one kind of mentality, it's aggression, right? That we are going to go down swinging, that we are going to go after teams, right? That we would much rather lose games by going after it and feeling like we gave our best than sitting back and just allowing teams to do to us what we want.
The upcoming match against the Netherlands will fall on June 6th, the 80th anniversary of D-Day, the beginning of the Allied offensive in World War II that ultimately liberated Europe from Nazi control.
People from Holland are starting a new life in Canada as we speak. And if we visit Canada, we're always more than welcome. And we want to give them exactly the same feeling when they come back to the grounds and to visit the graves of relatives or acquaintances.
Canadians liberated nearly the whole east of Holland up to Groningen. They were here, they are our liberators for a lot of people. Canadians always have a special place in Holland.
I'm extremely blessed to be able to represent my country and play the game I love, and I think to do that on D-Day, it's important to remember that I have the freedom to do what I love, because so many Canadians, you know, over 45,000 Canadians died in World War II as part of the liberation of so many European countries, including Holland, where we're playing now. And so to be able to do that, to be able to remember all those who sacrificed for this freedom is something I definitely want people to be paying attention to. In no way could I ever or would I ever want to compare, you know, the sacrifice that they made with what we get to do, but there is commonality, I believe, in coming together as brothers, in fighting together, not for freedom, but for country pride, you know, having the support of a nation behind you, like we do with Canada.
As part of the team's routine walk on the morning of an evening game, the players and staff visit the monument for the destroyed city, commemorating the destruction of Rotterdam at the hands of the Nazi Air Force in 1940. The atmosphere is building inside De Kuip, the famed home of Feyenoord, one of the great vintage grounds of Europe. On this night, the stadium hosts the Orange, the Dutch national team that is preparing to head to Germany for the upcoming Euros. Despite being heavy underdogs coming into the match, Canada start on the front foot.
Cornelius needs to be careful. Frimpong! Brilliant by Alistair Johnston, that slide.
As the game wears on, the Dutch start to carve out their chances.
End of it. Across. Lets it run 1-0 though. Again, it's a Canadian player clearing off the line, this time Cornelius.
But in quick response, Canada create an opening of their own.
David lets it run, Larin! Canada's best chance. Larin misses the target.
Half team arrives, with the score level at 0-0.
Trout. Frimpong again. Frimpong, dangerous ball, Depay!
In the second half, the Dutch land the first blow and begin to pull away from the tiring Canadians.
The service, the finish, the style, and the Netherlands leads 1-0. Here goes Frimpong again. Frimpong all alone. Frimpong across. Davies made up the ground, but Frimpong, second chance, it does it. He's been fantastic. Jeremy Frimpong bends it into the corner. Allen of Borussia Dortmund. Plays it across, Cornelius steps, shoot in, spilled by Sinclair. Weghorst smashes it home. It's no doubt, it's out. And it's 3-0 for the Dutch. Ball played low, skips through, Zator pops it up, it's still loose. Van Dijk, that's too easy. Virgil van Dijk, the captain, heads home past Sinclair off his line. Make it 4 for the Netherlands.
The morning following the match, Jesse Marsch gathers the players for an impromptu meeting ahead of practice.
I've got a few things on my mind. First, we're sharp. We're good. We're good on the ball. We're confident. We're playing through them at times. We're picking them off at times. We're making life difficult for them. And by the way, they're going in the first 35 minutes like, whoa. I liken it a little bit to a boxer. You know, like we were throwing jabs at them, and they were kind of like, whoa, didn't expect this. For Canada to be so good, right? But then they kind of deliver a little bit of a shot in the 37th minute when Derek clears it off the line. And for a little second there, we get a little wobble. Because when you look at the Dutch, the one thing you look at is they're big, they're strong,
fast, they're smart, they're technically good. Like, yeah, guys, that's fucking high-level football. And by the way, we have the potential to get there. That is our goal, that is our drive, okay? And I promise you, I will be there with you, I will support you, I will push you, and I am in charge of making sure that we are what we need to be come 2026.
The team have arrived in Bordeaux. Here, in just 2 days, they will take on the two-time world champions, France. As Canada prepares for the daunting challenge of taking on Les Bleus, there is one Canadian player who can call upon his past experience of slaying French giants.
On dit souvent que la Ligue 1, c'est la Ligue des talents. Et c'est vrai que ça produit beaucoup de talents depuis un jeune âge et ça continue même à partir d'aujourd'hui. C'est un pays qui accueille beaucoup d'étrangers, que ça vienne de n'importe où, de l'Afrique, de l'Asie, de l'Amérique centrale, l'Amérique du Sud, n'importe où, qui accueillent les gens ici et après ils deviennent français. Et il y a des terrains ici partout où tu peux aller jouer et les jeunes ils jouent ici à chaque jour n'importe où et c'est pour ça qu'ils sont aussi bons. À la fin, on se rappelle beaucoup de choses, mais je pense que ce qui va vraiment rester, c'est les trophées. Les 2 trophées que j'ai gagnés avec Lille. C'est sûr que c'est jamais facile quand tu as le PSG dans ton championnat de remporter un trophée, mais je pense que on avait une très belle équipe cette année-là et on a fait quelque chose d'extraordinaire et je pense que c'est ça qui va rester gravé dans nos mémoires. Ça va être un match très difficile. On sait qu'on joue contre la France, une des meilleures équipes du monde. Alors on sait que ça va être un match difficile et après à nous de répondre présent, de chercher des solutions pour rendre le match plus facile pour nous. Après, c'est ça où il va falloir qu'on soit meilleur, que nous, qu'on a une demi-occasion, qu'on est capable de la mettre au fond et inversement, de ne pas trop donner à l'adversaire parce qu'on sait qu'ils vont nous punir. Et on l'a vu à plusieurs reprises que c'est ça qui se passe. Alors je pense pour nous, ça va être ça le plus important, d'être un peu plus professionnel, savoir mieux gérer les matchs et les moments difficiles.
The match will be France's final test before heading to the Euros, and the fans are relishing a rare chance to see the national team come to town.
Upamecano is very good on the ball, but he's right-footed. He's good with both feet, but he will take risks. So when you attack him, don't speculate on balls, go straight for the ball. Talk with 6s, fullbacks, talk with 10s. Jonathan can always help talk with the guys in front of him. Come on.
France show their quality early on, with Canada on the back foot.
To hurry back again, with Dembele gliding through the gears, prodding it through impressively for N'Golo Conte. There goes Griezmann. He's away from Cornelius. Let's have support arriving in the middle. Oh, so close from Touré. Saliba at the end of it. Griezmann takes over and he's going to take on the shot, which wasn't far away.
But Max Crépeau makes 2 saves to settle his Canadian teammates, and halftime arrives with the match level at 0-0.
The fans can go olay all they want, but if we're organized and we're pushing the game, we're doing great, all right? So keep being aggressive at those guys. We're going to find a way to keep this game tight, and we're going to find a way to get the winner. Okay?
As Canada counterattack, Liam Miller comes within inches of a famous goal.
And it does go from the edge of one area to the other and then back off the bar. Took on Koundé, bent it beautifully away from the dive of Mike Manuel. Slipping it through for Jonathan David. Opens up for him here. Osorio in the middle. Brilliant from Saliba. At the end of the half either, Camavinga picks the pass for Mbappe. He will run here at Larea. Kylian Mbappe does beautifully. Shot saved by Crépeau.
Kylian Mbappe is denied by Max Crépeau. The game ends at 0-0. The Canadian players walk off the stage with their heads held high. The next challenge will be the opening game of Copa America in front of 80,000 fans in Atlanta. Canada will take on Argentina.
Okay, hey guys, real quick. Working with you guys and the work that's been done, right, collectively from everyone has been really fantastic. I'm really happy to be your coach. My goal is not just to help this team get a little bit better, and no, my standards and now our standards, right? And now that we see how the game operates at the highest level, our standards have to be higher, and our demands on each other and our demands on ourselves have to grow. And if we can push, and not just now, and not just Copa America, but in your lives and your careers, then we can really do something special in 2026.